Hey, it's Filet, and you're watching Filet TV, the ultimate YouTube channel. I'm a cinematographer, just a dude with a camera. All right, today, it's kind of a crazy video. I decided I was going to put the dash frame together so I can get the windshield in. And it was a lot more work than I wanted to do by myself, but I had no choice. So I'm not going to show you all of it. I'm just going to speed through it and kind of do it in a time-lapse frame. So if there's something you're interested in, let's get started. So here's what I'm working on next. These come in raw steel, so I just put a little bit of paint on it. This is your crossbar that fits underneath the dash, and of course the steering column is going to go through that. We have the brackets that the windshield frame will slide into, and it'll also attach from the inside here. Okay. Then at the base of the steering column, we've got two choices. This one looks really cool because you'll be able to see the color underneath it, but it just doesn't seal against the firewall, or the bulkhead, I should call it. This is the other option that they give you. I like this because you can mount it either way, and if you have any gap up at the top, it's definitely going to hide that, and this is going to seal it against that bulkhead. Okay, inside, I finished clearancing this. I'm just going to clean it up a little bit with some sandpaper and a file so that steering column will shoot up this way instead of just a round hole. It's got to sit in this angle because you want the steering wheel up as high as possible. And underneath here, not much to see. All right, I'm not really going to do it today because I don't feel like climbing under there, but I've also got to hook up the gas sending unit, which is under there. That's kind of a pain. I should have kind of done that before, but I guess I really couldn't because I can't get my gauge in yet. All right, as far as the drop down dash panel, let's see what we did here. There's a little sneak peek on. We polished it. That'll look awesome, which we will get to after I'm done underneath the dash. It looks like tomorrow morning, and I'm gonna line this all up with blankets. I'm an old guy, so it's a little tough to get in there, but I'm gonna go ahead and plan on spending the morning underneath the hood, unless I do it this afternoon. These are kind of tricky because they are such a tight fit here. I literally gob them full of grease and even a little bit of 3-in-1 oil to make them as slippery as possible, because these are gonna have to go in before the dash is all bolted together. And same thing here. You can't move that once it's into place, so I'm going to have to try and make it as slippery as possible. And I will try and get my camera set up and take you guys along. Stay tuned. All right, the first thing I had to do was put the windshield into place. Remember, I'm working by myself here, so I remember from my last two episodes that if I put all the bracing and stuff under the dash and these brackets into place, then tried to get the windshield on, it was a pain in the butt, even with two of us. So if I slide those brackets into place, slid the windshield into place, and it's not bolted up yet. It's just dangling loose, because now I have to get in there and put all the bracing and stuff in, which I will do shortly. All right, this is really the kind of fun that I want to have. Watch out, JJ. as it works out, I think I might have to have the windshield frame off because these brackets need to slide out. All right, I'm out. All right, if you're still following along, this came out quite a bit. So I've trimmed that off. I'm gonna grind it a little bit smoother. And then this tail piece I've bent in because that's the struggle I'm having if this is hitting against the firewall. I don't know if you can see right here, but I got a few scratches in there. So I've pounded these in, rounded this off because once you mold this together, there's a little hump of fiberglass that's actually now in the way. So hopefully I've got that cleared out of the way because I don't want to try and get up there and grind it. And I probably have to pull the hood off, but you can't put this on with the hood off because this piece will get in the way it was bent. So I'm gonna try this again. There's the other piece also, like I said, try to round it off a bit. Also too, like I said, I cut off from here. Ha! Just like that, slipped right into place. Or at least pretty darn close. I don't know how I'm gonna do this one-handed, but we will try. This bracket has to go in here and slip through that upper piece as well as the other side. Might as well just get them lined up. And if we can make that happen, we're going to be in pretty good shape. Okay, I've got these reusable type of tight wraps, and I wrapped it around here just to hold thing to place because again, single-handedly trying to get this done. Okay. Are we still rolling? 2, 1. Let's see if we can do this again. Look at that, it actually worked out really well. Trimmed just enough of it. All right, I'm gonna get a nut and washer on each one of these. All right, I can't believe I gotta get out. Tightening everything down. All right, we're gonna try this one more time. Oh, can you believe it? I got all 4 nuts on there. Okay, that is definitely the hardest part of a dune buggy build. Now, not having your dash wired up and having to climb under there, not having a drop down dash option, like I said, having to climb under there and wire everything is also a nightmare. It looks like we're going to be pretty good on the steering column. Now I got to try and get out of here. All right, you want to see me struggle putting the windshield on single-handedly? Oh, there's a flashlight. It's even on. All right, took a little bit of work, but the windshield is now in place. What it is, those little brackets get kind of twisted, so I got in there with some needle nose and untwisted it and slid right into place. So now I'm going to raise it up just a little bit, and I'm going to have to put the seal back into place. And hopefully we'll get this set back down, and we will actually bolt it down so we don't have to worry about it anymore. We can set the rest of the hood into place where it goes. Okay, for those of you who are following along at home, got the windshield in, got the rubber in here. Still got to push this down a little bit, but I just secured the hood to the body itself, so now that's not going to move anywhere. So I'm going to kind of pat this down a little bit, and I got to get under there and tighten up them 4 bolts. And let's see what else. I got the steering column in. I had to wobble out that hole a little bit, but like I said, that kind of plate is going to cover any nonsense. And that looks pretty straight. And the angle is great because that's going to put the steering wheel way up here. All right, I'm going to put the phone down and I'm going to grab that steering shaft and see if I can get it into place. All right, and here's where we're going to kind of end things. I still have to get underneath and bolt the dash down 100%, just tighten it. But since I have to go under there and get a lot of other things taken care of as well, we're going to have to call this quit on part 10. Is it 10, you guys? Correct me if I'm wrong, but I think this is part 10 of my brilliant light purple VW Dune Buggy build. All right, I'll come back when I got more to tell you. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Ciao.